Okay, hello. Uh, Today is Monday, April 6th. It is cold and rainy today, and this is the third time that I'm starting this session today because I was having trouble with YouTube Live. They kept stopping my streaming because they said I violated community guidelines. So that's a frustration for another day, and Lord knows the stakes are low relative to what the rest of the world is going through. But I mention this, I share this because whether the stakes are low or not, the fact is I feel affected by this. I feel frustrated. I feel annoyed. I feel tired that I had to keep redoing this session, and that's resonating in my body. I'm feeling some tightness through my chest. I kind of feel like I want to cry a little bit. So this is a great time to share what I typically do to support myself when moments like this come up. So the first thing that I do, I get into a comfortable position. Right now I'm seated, I'm on a zafu or meditation cushion so that I'm a little bit more elevated. I have a big cozy blanket nearby. I've lit a candle that smells really nice. So I'm just doing these little tiny, really easy things to make my surroundings, make my comfort just a little bit better, a little bit more heightened. And then once I'm comfortable, I notice what is coming to me most easily. So that is, certainly the things that I see. And you're hearing these kind of breathy sighs that I'm doing. I encourage you to do the same. And then with this awareness of what I'm seeing in my environment, I'm also adding in my awareness of what I'm hearing, and also just recognizing that for me, I just want to support myself physically by touching my neck and hand, which is something that gets a very bad rap these days about touching our face, but I'm at home, I've washed my hands, and I'm just clocking that this little contact, this is the support that my system is giving me. So I'm just gonna take a moment to do this. And you might at home go, well, I wanna know what that feels like, and follow along yourself. So recognizing that there is support that my system is giving me in the form of touch, little movements, unconscious movements that I'm doing. When I spot myself doing that, I clock that, and I just recognize that that's my system giving me that support, and in recognizing it and really just enjoying it even more, that is highly calming to my nervous system. I've now moved to my chest. And I'm continuing to orient. I'm continuing to take in my environment. What am I hearing and seeing? And just recognizing that this is all happening really effortlessly. I don't have to try to see. I don't have to try to hear. And part of the seeing is also moving my head. And because I have this lovely candle going, I also have a really nice smell in my home right now. that's clearly giving me all sorts of pleasure, a big smile. And now I'm going to my tactile sensations when I'm touching. I have this big blanket on my lap, so I'm just feeling that. And first, I'm just feeling the texture of the blanket itself. And then I'm noticing where in my body do I recognize that, ooh, this is nice. It's a slight smile on my face. It's the fact that I keep going back for more. I keep doing this really gentle movement of gliding my hands across the blanket. Oh, it's that breath. That's a good indicator of yes, 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 this is nice. So that's our orientation. And then I'm going to continue to have this orientation practice happening in the background. This is going to be part of my awareness, even as I'm directing my attention elsewhere. And so right now, we're going to do a little bit of a body scan from this seated position. And we're going to do this relatively quickly. So just noticing your whole right leg from the foot all the way up through your knee and your hip. And then your whole left leg from your foot through the knee and the hip. And your whole right arm from the hand through your shoulder and your back. Your whole left arm from the hand to your shoulder and the back. And then both shoulders into my neck, my head, my face, my jaw, feeling that there's some space in between my teeth and my lips. So my jaw is just hanging. My mouth, my throat. And then my spine, my whole spine. The top of my spine is in between my ears. It goes down through my neck, in between my shoulder blades and my ribs, into my lower back. And then my sacrum, that widest part of my spine, is fused to the back of my pelvis. And the very end of my spine, the coccyx, is just an inch above my perineum. It's a bridge between my genitals, my anus, and my pelvic floor. And then I'm just sensing my whole pelvis, back, the base, the front. And then inside my pelvis, a couple of inches below my belly button. This is my center. And what is it to notice your center while also orienting? To be present with both the center of your being and your environment. And then noticing your whole belly, the solar plexus, and your whole lower back, your ribs, front, the chest, the back, the sides. And then I'm going to start to explore some movements. And the Throughout these exercises, as we're exploring movements, goal number one, intention number one, is that these should all feel really good. So if you're somebody who always goes for like 100% on the effort level, you can really get curious about how you can back off on the amount of effort, how you can back off on the amount of pressure that you're doing, so that the whole thing can feel really good, really easy. And I'm going to start with something called Gurning. Gurning, if you want to look this up later, Gurning, Gurning. There's competitions in Scotland where people will like distort their face and you have to hold that position of your face for as long as possible. We're going to do a very modified version of Gurning, which is just moving the muscles of the face. It's very attractive, obviously. And I'm just remembering that pleasure thing that I was talking about. So I'm recognizing that I want to slow down. And I'm going to take this gurn into my whole body now. I'm just letting breath fall out as it wants. And I'm just stretching my whole body as it feels good. And I'm tightening my whole body. And then letting that go. Feeling how the sensations of my body have changed after just a little bit of stretching, a little bit of tightening of the muscles. And then I'm orienting. And back to taking in the environment. Through what I hear and see and feel. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a yawn, and I'm going to do this yawn with my tongue sticking out of my mouth. And I'm going to leave that tongue root to the very back of my mouth. I'm going to leave the back of my tongue, rather. I'm going to leave that tongue root forward as I yawn and let some sighs of voice fall out as I do this. I'm going to do a few rounds of that. And letting that release. When we're feeling stressed, when we're in fight or flight, one of the things that happens, one of the physical reactions to that, is that the tongue root back here is pulled back. So we can help release that part of our throat by stretching it forward. And giving us a big yawn. That little bit of voice on the breath is also helping me release all sorts of muscles. Now I'm going to do some neck movements. So I dropped my chin to my chest, and then I'm just rolling from that point. So the center point, the epicenter of this movement is my chin against my chest, and then I'm rolling ear to shoulder, side to side, going at whatever rhythm feels good. And then as I go along, I can go further back, all the way around. And then I'm going to take this into a stretch. So I'm going left ear to left shoulder. Then I'm bringing my left arm up, just resting it on top of my head. So I have a nice diagonal stretch of my neck on the right side. And then I'm going to point my right finger towards the floor, my right pointer finger. Oh, and this is a big, really potent stretch all the way through my right arm, which, because it's slightly uncomfortable, I could start to brace and kind of grip through it, but I'm going to really surrender to this tightening with some voiced exhales. And then I start to actually feel like, oh, this feels really good. So with each voice exhale, I release into the stretch a little bit more, the stretch through my pointer finger, the right arm, as well as the stretch of my neck. And then I'm letting go of the pointing, moving that left arm, rolling my chin back to my chest, and then right ear towards the right shoulder. I woke up with some discomfort in my right side of my shoulder and neck, so this stretch is a lot for me, so I'm not going nearly as deep this direction. That's all to say, just modify what feels good to you. I'm bringing my right arm up now. And actually I can feel my neck wanting to surrender to this a little bit more, so I'm letting it on a voiced exhale, and then I'm using my left hand pointing towards the floor. And again, I'm letting myself breathe on voice. Exhale on voice, more specifically, to help me really surrender to this. When I'm orienting, it's taking in the environment through my senses. And then moving that pointer finger back, dropping my right arm, rolling my chin back to my chest. Now I'm clasping both of my hands and placing them on the back of my head. To feel the stretch down my shoulders. And then I'm moving my hands off of my head. And I'm going to use my fist to push my head back upright. Again, I just had a big old breath once I saw the room again. I'm just going to take a few more moments to recognize my environment. What I see, hear, and feel. And then when I go back to my emotions channel and just do a check-in of how do I feel now? I feel pretty good. I feel some ease that I wasn't feeling before. I'm feeling some gratitude that I have these tools that I can use to support myself, but also offer to other people to provide support for themselves. And I feel ready to take on the rest of my day. Thank you.